Hello, everybody. Sorry I'm late. I just got in. Running like crazy today. See who's here today. Nobody yet, just me. Oh, there's 6 of you. There's more of you coming. Hello, Drama Plays, Terry, Manuel, Brian, Oz, Jeff, Dante. Hey, Dante, thank you for those pictures. Dante sent me some pictures from like 20 years ago with his dad. Pictures of me and his dad in Alaska, 2 different trips, Nicaragua, Guatemala. I think there was a Costa Rica picture too. That was pretty cool. Hey, Kevin, Carlos, Benjamin, Tim, hello. Me Santa, hello. Henry, hello. DJ, everybody. So April is waiting for the chum line to get started. Tracy Sunshine. Man, you signed up for a bunch of trips. Thank you very much. I saw the email order come in the other day. I think you signed up for like 6 trips. So how'd you guys like that story with all the cows? The cows running away. Says my connection is unstable. Hopefully I don't lose you guys. Looks like you're still there. I see more people coming on. Hopefully I don't lose you guys. See 30 of you on here. But I'm not seeing messages. I don't know if there's more messages coming. Manuel. Manuel says his girlfriend loved it. She's in Pico. Yeah, the Pico cows. One of my friends, Ron, lives in Pico. I texted him yesterday asking if he was the one that opened up the gate. He said no. Yeah, Bruce. April is just waiting there. She wasn't happy because I just got home. Hey, Lloyd. Hello, Fred. Every time I turn on the lights in this office, she comes running over, expecting hot dogs. She's trained to come into the light. She sees the light. So another nice thing is I talked to Arctic Ice, and they want to do the sweepstakes thing again. So I'll be meeting with them next month at ICAST. So I'll try to get some dates set up where we could do the more giveaways again with them. Yeah, I got over 40 people in here, but only 19 likes. Let's get some more likes. Drama Plays. Hey, Dan, have you ever went to Belmont Pier? Yeah, I grew up fishing on that pier. When I was really young, when we lived in East LA, we would fish Belmont Pier and Seal Beach Pier. And then when I was in college and high school, I would drive down to Belmont Pier. That was my go-to pier. That was I would always see guys catch halibut on there, and there were a few guys, older guys, as I was a kid then, who specifically fished halibut there. They had their own rigs, sliding rigs. Back then, you were able to buy live bait, and they used that, and they would catch quite a few halibut. Um, my high school girlfriend went with me one time, and I wasn't really happy. She got two legal halibuts in one day there, maybe three, but definitely she got two legal halibuts. I think she got three that day. It was hard to believe, but she did really well. I don't think I ever got three in one day there. Okay. Ron said he didn't open the gates, but had barbecue. Yeah, and he lives right on the riverbed, so I thought maybe they're outside his house. Yeah, PD shot one cow. I'm sure they said it was charging a family. Maybe it was. Maybe that's as close as they were going to get to shooting Cape Buffalo, so I don't know. Tim P, how was dinner with my parents? It was really good. We went yesterday. They took me to Lucille's, and we ate yesterday. It was really, really good. Jeff had a cow trying to get away. That's a different sort of cow, Jeff. So Jeff had a big tuna on today, 255-pound bluefin on the deck. Wow. And I guess all 6 of your clients took turns pulling on it. That's pretty amazing. I don't even know if I could get a 200-pounder because I don't have a gate that opens the back of my boat. I don't even know if we could get it in the boat. That's pretty cool. I'm guessing, Jeff, on your boat, you have a gate that opens up in the back, door opens up, and you slide the fish on, bring them on a swim step and slide them on. I don't know. Do you bring them up over the side? Yeah, Drama Plays, when you go to Belmont, if you get some nice fish pictures, let me know. Email them to me and I'll put them on my Instagram. If some of you guys get nice catches and you want me to share them on my Instagram, email them to me and I'll be glad to post them on my Instagram for you. And here is my email address. So you guys can send them to me there. So I have a bunch of charters coming up. I got one tomorrow. Then I have another one on Saturday. Have Sunday off, and then I have another one on Monday. So we'll see how that goes. Ryan, has anyone been fishing North Bar in Northern Cal? We have a few northern people in here, so I don't know. See if anybody answers you. The dude I launched on personal boat, 25-foot Mako, Alamitos. Where should I go? It depends what you want to catch. Right now, sad to say, majority of the boats are still fishing sculpin. So there's plenty of sculpin to be had. I was talking to a couple of boats this morning, and they were complaining about how the wind had really blown over the water, and the water was cold again, getting cold. It was in the 50s locally, so they're concentrating on sculpin. But hopefully there'll be some barracuda around and stuff too. DJ Dan, when is ICAST? It's like the third week of July. I'll be there third week of July. I can't really. I mean, I could shoot some video there and film something for you guys to show you guys later, but the timing doesn't work out for. It'll be a lot earlier there than here. what, 3 hour time difference. So I think 7 o'clock here will be 10 o'clock there. Yeah, so the show will be over by the time I get on there. But I'll try to talk to you guys up, while I'm there. Yeah, Matt, you really can't fish those oil platforms. Like, it depends who's working on them because they will call Harbor Patrol. They do not want you fishing the oil rigs. I know people do, but and I don't know if it's because they recognize me or the boat, but they'll get on the PA and say, "Hey, Dan, you can't be there. You got to move your boat." But it just depends how busy they are. Keep April in the chum line there. Hey, Azif, how you doing? Fred. But yeah, there are lots of bass on those oil islands. Let's see. Yeah, if you guys could tag me on Instagram. On Instagram, I am TV Dan. You can follow me there. That's where I normally put up the pictures from when I'm doing like the private charters. If you want to see what I'm catching during the day, I don't often put stuff up on Facebook during the day, but on Instagram, I'll post pictures as I'm going through the day. George, thank you for the late birthday wish. I appreciate it. And I want to thank you guys for buying the raffle tickets. Monica did an email blast today around lunchtime, reminding everybody that next Tuesday, we're going to pick the winner right here live during YouTube Live. And I don't know, we probably sold like $400, maybe more, worth of tickets during lunchtime today. So thank you guys very much. I really appreciate that. And there's a link there for the raffle tickets if any of you would like to get one. What was that Coral Sea caught? Oh, yeah, they caught 90 white sea bass. Yeah. I thought it was a 90-pound white sea bass. So Lloyd's wrapping the fishing rod. That's nice. Jeff takes a chef out on his boat. On sport boats, we're lucky we get a cook. But on Jeff's charters, they have a chef. That is awesome. Okay, so the dude is talking to Matt. Okay. If you guys want to meet at Belmont Pier one time and do some fishing, we could set that up. I wouldn't mind doing that. I've walked it a few times and got recognized a lot, but I'd like to try fishing it. Okay, what did I miss here? Hello, Tango. Ryan, hey Dan, what do you think of a 2520 Parker, twin 150s? Yeah, I'll tell you one thing, Ryan. Before you ever buy a boat, and I don't care if you're buying it from your best friend, have a survey done, and probably two surveys. You probably want one survey on the boat itself and another one mechanically. A really good mechanic that can let you know what shape the engine's in and all the stuff on it. Even I've had surveys done on my boats. There was only one boat where the survey was so bad I didn't buy it, but other ones that I had surveys done, and they didn't really do a good look at the engines. So that's why I would really recommend you get a, a survey just on the mechanical part of the boat, because that's where you're going to spend all your money. Tony just finished dinner, black and yellowtail, jalapeno mango sauce. That sounds really good, Tony. Lloyd says we finally got some rain in Vegas, half inch. And he locked the engine. Yeah, there's been a handful of yellows lately, but the spot that the boats are fishing, I talked to a couple of skippers. They are using a ton of bait. They're using 5 to 6 scoops of bait just to get the fish out of the structure, so they get them where they can get close enough to their boat. My boat only carries 2 scoops of bait, so there's no way on my boat I'm going to be able to chum enough to get them out. But these other guys are chumming 5 to 6 scoops of bait just to get the fish going. So that's kind of crazy. Drama Play says, "Hey Dan, my friend got bass. That was legal." So I don't know where your friend was fishing, but it was down here in Southern California. It was probably sand bass, but there are some striped bass. So I don't know where you might have caught it. So I don't know. All right, let me catch up to these other emails. Lloyd, don't worry about it. People lock their keys in their car sometimes. Sean, hello. Just joined. Doing good. Adrian, you purchased 2 tickets. Thank you very much. And here's a link for anybody else wants to get tickets. Greg, how you doing, Greg? Full moon tonight. Stripers are running along Sunset Beach. Huh. I didn't know that, Greg. I didn't know there was stripers right there. I know they catch stripers farther south, just south of Dana Point and stuff in there in that area, between Dana Point and Oceanside. I've seen lots of pictures of stripers, and up in Northern Cal, but I didn't know there was stripers in San Gabriel River. That's cool. I got to try that sometime. When you know it's a good time to go do that, Greg, let me know. I'll meet you there. Now, Adrian, when you get your ticket, you will get email from us about your purchase, but you won't get an email for the tickets. You should have an email from the transaction that you bought them. So that'll be it. And then Monica's going to take tickets like this, not these ones, but I saw her today starting to write names on them already. And, some people bought a lot of tickets. I think Terry's bought like 10, 15 tickets already. So there's a lot of tickets in there. Yeah, we could do that. We can meet at the pier one time. I want to meet Tyler too. Tyler's on the piers all the times. I just got to get a set up for that type of stuff. Yeah, I'm glad you didn't have to bust a window. That's a good one, Jeff. Calling them a cook is like calling me a boat driver. Thank you. And normally you don't have to bust the window. That Auto Club's got that thing to open up the slide along the window and open up the doors. So I'm sure you could have just did that. So Greg, if you're down there by the San Gabriel River, I guess you would be on the southern side of it where that sandbar is. You'd walk out there and then you would throw thin thin profile baits like this. I mean, not without it, like this is a deep diver, so you wouldn't use a big lip like that, but something thin profile like this for the stripers. Is that what you're saying? I mean, I could see that working, but I've never tried it. Miguel wants to know: is it true boats are money pits? Um, I don't know if I would call it a money pit. I think boats are quality of life things. Boats and campers, motorhomes, they don't like to stay parked all day long and every day. So if you're going to buy a boat or buy a motorhome and you're just going to leave it parked and you're never going to use it, then yeah, it's a money hole. But if you use it often, if it's making the quality of your life better, you're enjoying being out on the water, having fun with it, then yeah, no, it's not a money pit. And I use my boat for work and all that too. And we have other boats. My parents bought that Duffy, so it's not anything like that. Yeah, I've been seeing lots of pictures of halibut being caught in the past month or so, Greg. So I could see that happening, catching a bunch of halibut in the surf. Okay, guys, we have 70 of you in here, but only 40 likes. All right, let's get these tickets going. Jamie, thank you very much. I like catching stripers up north. When we do those trips out of Emeryville, every once in a while the weather's so bad we can't go outside the harbor, and it's fun to catch them there in the bay. I have been seeing quite a few pictures of people fishing Silverwood and fishing Pyramid Pyramid Lake, catching stripers. Yeah, Tango, the tides are going to be really high. That's why in Newport they're putting up the big sandbars, berms, I should say, to keep this stuff out. Yeah, was it Joseph? Yeah, there was a couple of days with lots of barracuda around, but the water, with all this wind, the water's really flipped over. There hasn't been any big counts. There was just the one day that the Monte Carlo had like 100, and then it really kind of shut down from there. I had a private charter a couple of weeks ago. We went up towards Palos Verdes, and we caught a bunch of barracuda. We got like 50 barracuda, but only one of them was legal. The rest of them were all short. Yeah, drama plays. Let me look at my calendar, and we'll see if maybe on Tuesday or Thursday next week we can pick a date. But it'll probably going to have to be after I come back from ICAST, so we could do that. And we could, whoever wants to meet up at the pier, we could do that. So Kevin says that the stripers have been biting good at Diamond Valley and at Lake Skinner too. Oh, Frost, thank you. Let's see, got old Frost here. Hello from San Diego. Yeah, Lloyd, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking about that Slim Jim that you were talking about. Yeah, Terry, I think you have enough tickets. I know you had over 10, so I guess you're up to like 14 or 15 now. What's my email address? It's Dan at sport-fishing. I posted here earlier, but here it is again. Dan at sport-fishing.com is my email address. Okay, Terry bought a ticket here. Thank you, Terry. Jeff says boats are not a money pit. They're more like a money canyon. Yeah, they can be. Hello, Nate. Thank you very much. And I want to thank you guys for all the birthday wishes. It was really nice. I really appreciate it. There was, some really nice comments made on Instagram and Facebook, and I really, really appreciate it. April didn't say anything, but she's waiting there. She acts like she never gets fed. And when I came back from Lucille's, I brought back all the rib bones that my family had, and I had a couple. And April had one yesterday, and she had another one this morning. And I think she wants more right now. Joshua, thank you. Okay. Nate, Catalina hasn't been all that great. There's occasional yellowtail here and there, but there isn't like a ton of them like there was for part of last year. And the water being really slow right now has really, really, slowed that stuff down. We're having a lot of wind locally right now. I don't know if you guys been outside today. The trees are blowing sideways, so I haven't seen what it's going to look like tomorrow. Kevin, what are you asking about the Chris Craft? Did I miss something? So Jamie's talking about good bluefin fishing in San Diego. Malahini, a good trip on the 18th. Got a 35 pounder. Hey, Tamara's here. I didn't see her. Okay, let me get all these other tickets. I got Joshua's tickets. All right, so there's a question here about last minute bluefin tips. So I will let Jeff handle that one for you because he was just on the water today and he's fishing those big tuna. So on the heavy setup, I'm going to guess you're going to have, 100-pound Spectra, 100-pound mono, and 300-pound leader, 200-pound leader for your lures. But Jeff can answer you way better on that. Jamie says, yeah, both Pyramid and Silverwood have stripers. Oh, just as he used to catch stripers in Newport Bay. I know they had them in the back of the bay there, but I never caught any. Dante says last time he fished for stripers. was over by Modesto. Tons of stripers, tons of big bugs too. Yeah, the California Aqueduct is a real famous place for them too. Oz, thank you very much. Henry's getting another ticket. I think, Henry, you own the record right now for winning the most times. Thank you. You know, Jeff, I wonder if I should try that Mattis jig, Greg's jig for sand bass. That would probably work too. Miguel says that those barracuda like stealing his rigs. So Tamara just got off work. Yeah, the fishing club I belong to, we would rent those little skiffs too. Have a little tournament out in Newport Bay. That was always fun. Tamara, the pictures of the fish that you caught, did you post them anywhere? I mean, I don't know if you have an Instagram or what, but do you have them somewhere like that? Or I'm just wondering. I saw those walleye that you caught. I didn't see any of the trout pictures, I don't think. Daniel, he's saying, Jeff and Dan, if the yellow are walking, I don't quite understand your question, Daniel. If the yellows are walking with bait, oh, if they're swimming with bait fish, yeah, you could do that. I mean, you could work a surface jig on them. That would work. Sometimes they're down deeper, so you got to go with a heavier jig, like a yo-yo jig, and do that. And the way you can tell the difference is a thin profile jig like this is going to be more of a yo-yo jig. This is a magic metal. So on this side it looks kind of wide, but when you look at it this way, it's really skinny and like that. And the wider jigs, like a Caddy, Salis jig, um, even a magic metal light. I got one in here. Well, there's one here, but it's a real wide, and it's not flat. It's got a belly in it, and that's more designed to swim side to side. It will catch you the surface fish like that. All right, let me get Tamara a ticket. Thank you, Tamara. I can't believe how many times April's showing up today for hot dogs. Believe me, everybody, she eats a lot. But I don't know. She really wants the hot dogs. Robert wants to know what size fluoroliter used for yellows at Catalina. You're probably going to use like 30, unless you're fishing an area that doesn't have a lot of rocks, which there aren't a lot of that where the yellows are. Then you can probably go like 25. And if you're at Farnsworth, you might be fishing 50. It just depends on where you're fishing. So Greg says bass kill the mantis. Troll them to find. Got a 13-pound sand bass on him. Wow. All right. I'm gonna have to pull mine out of my rockfish one and try it. Did you guys see what Lloyd said? He has a tradition when getting his boat ready for the year. I throw my wallet in the boat and tell it to take what it wants, and then he goes fishing. Me and my dad used to have boats together. We had a uniflight together, and my dad did not like the amount of money I spent on maintenance on the boat. And that's when I would go offshore a lot to go try to find tuna and dorado. A lot more than I do today. And he would get all upset about how much maintenance was and ask me why I'd spent so much money. And I tried to explain to him when I'm 80 miles offshore, I can't walk home. But that's why we're not partners in boats anymore. But we still get along. Tamara, I know this is probably lame, but can you explain drag a bit? How do you know when your drag is set correctly? Lots of people like to use scales for that. I don't. I just do it by feel. And don't be afraid because you're on party boats a lot up there in Santa Barbara. I know you go Coral Sea and there are other boats up there. So don't be afraid to ask the guys for advice on how to set the drag. So here's a 4-0 reel and pull the line on it. So if I was fishing tuna yellowtail, that would probably be like right. You want to be able to pull the line off it and you want it to be smooth, just like that. What you have to remember is when the line gets less and less on the reel, your drag is going to increase. And a lot of people make the mistake of while they're fighting the fish to start playing around with the drag, loosening it, tightening it. And that's where so many fish get away. So, this would be way too loose. That's not going to slow down a fish at all. But if you tighten it up a little bit, just make it nice and firm and smooth. That's too loose still. That's a little loose. That's probably good right there. And this would probably be perfect for like that. That's probably a little too tight. It's better to be a little bit too loose than too tight. But just something like this. Tamara, that would be it. Just kind of nice and steady and consistent. But again, you're on a sport boat. Just ask the guys and they'll be glad to help you with that. Okay? Or the girls, whoever the deckhand is. Yeah, and Kevin brings up a good point to keep your thumb off the spool. That is not a good way to do it. Yeah, and Jeff, I agree with you. I think the Manus jigs would work good with that. I think I could put a Manus jig on like a 2-ounce, 4-ounce bucktail, and that would work out good. but I only have one of them. I have to pull it out of my tackle box. Yeah, the other thing too that you guys have to remember about fighting a fish, and I see this happen all the time when people are fighting the fish, maybe they have their drag set correctly, but they point their rod at the fish. You know, the rod is just kind of like straight or down toward the water. And you really need to put a bend in your rod. And I'm sure you guys have heard me say it 1,000 times on TV and on the videos that, you know, if rods weren't designed to bend, we'd all be fishing with 2x4s. And you really got to use that rod tip to beat up the fish. And then you use the drag on the reel to pretty much stop the fish or kill the fish. You know, once you get the fish to the boat, you can decide if you want to release it or not. But that rod tip is going to slow the fish down. If you have the rod up and it's bent, that rod beaten like that, bouncing, is going to slow the fish down. This is what's going to kill the fish or stop the fish, is the drag. And once you're on the fish, try not to play with the drag. I just can't tell you how many fish I see lost all the time. And some of the fish are lost on that first stop of the day because the guys back their drags off to put the line through their reels and tie their knots. And then they don't adjust the drag. They cast it out. They get bit, put the reel in gear, and the drag is so loose the fish feels it, spits out the bait, and they never get the fish. And then some guys tighten it way too much, put the reel in gear, fish runs, and it breaks the line. So if you're not sure what it should be, please ask for help. So the guys would like to help you. Yeah, see the tip that Jeff's giving you guys? You're asking about buying a boat. And that's, you know, what he's saying there. Never ever buy a boat until a mechanic does a sea trial on it. Yeah, just don't do it. And I know lots of times they try to get you to buy a boat by just say, you know, I got 4 other people that want to buy it, you know, buy it right now, here's the price. Just don't do it. What Uniflight did I have? I had a 28-footer fly bridge. I think it was a tournament. I don't remember exactly what it was called. But the thing was so top heavy. Okay, Joshua was saying had some amazing rock fishing days, Channel Islands. Yep. Yeah, rock fishing up there is really good. Tim. Yeah, we go. I have a trip out of Ventura this year. If you guys want to join me on the Californian, that trip is in August. We still have some spots available on that. Here's a link to the filming trips we have available for the year. And need to get a ticket for JS. Thank you very much. Matthew says, my good buddy booked me and my son half day Spitfire. Oh, cool. So you guys are going to come join me. That's cool. And, you know, there's still I think I still have spots available for my trip on the Gale Force July 14th. And I know I still have spots available. I saw people sign up this week. There's 8 spots still available. So if any of you want to join me on that trip, it's the 14th of September, a couple weeks away. I know it's going to sell out, but if you want to join me, there's link there to join me. Tamara says, I do see a lot of tips straight on the fish. Yeah, you really want to bend your rod. You really, really, really need to bend the rod. That's the way the rods are designed. And the more you fish, Tamara, and all of you, the more you fish, the more you'll get a feel of what a rod should bend like. A parabolic rod is one that bends a lot. You know, there was an ugly stick rod that they made that would almost touch from rod tip to butt. And everybody thought that was such a wonderful, neat thing. It's okay if you're fishing for bluegill, but if you're fishing for tuna, yellowtail, you never ever want a rod like that. You want a rod with enough backbone that you can pull and lift, and that rod tip's going to bend for you a little bit, but the backbone of that rod is going to be enough strength there that you could lift up. Because every time you gain line on your fish, you're lifting the rod up, and you're not gaining any line there. You're bringing the line in like 6 feet, 5 feet, whatever your rod is. But the way you gain it is you lower the rod, you turn the handle at the same time. Then you stop the rod and you stop it with the rod bent, and then you lift it up again. And that's why it's really easy to use the boat rocking motion. So when the boat goes up in the wave, the line picks up. As it comes down from the wave, turn the handle. You know, if you're in 4-foot seas, you're going to pick up 4 feet of line. So that's good. You know, so Jeff was talking there about, you know, keeping pressure on the fish. You know, you can have a really bad hook set on the fish, but if you keep a lot of pressure on the fish, you'll still land the fish. And where I see that more than tuna fishing is when I'm marlin fishing. When you're fishing for marlin, that bill on the marlin is all bone. It's really hard. And lots of times the hooks will not penetrate it. But if you keep that line tight and that hook tip into the bill, if it's not in his mouth, you can get the fish to the boat. You can keep pressure on it. So it's really important that you keep pressure on the fish at all times. That's why, you know, we're always, I'm sure Jeff's yelling at his guys too, passengers. We're always, you know, telling our passengers to keep pressure on the fish, keep pressure on that line, keep that rod bent all the time. And that's why it's really important not to lift too high and then drop the rod and try to wind. When you know, if you're using an 8-foot rod, yellowtail calico bass fishing, and you lift that rod all the way up and then you drop it and then you start to turn the handle, all you're doing is letting the fish get away. You're just putting all kinds of slack line in there, dropping the rod and then winding. It's always lower the rod and turn the handle at the same time. Lift the rod up, turn the handle at the same time. Don't go up, down, and then try to wind, because that's what happens a lot. We watch people lift the rod up, drop the rod down, point it at the water, and then when the rod's flat like that, then they turn the handle. And if your line is loose, the hook isn't in there really good, it's just going to throw the hook and you're never going to get it. And if you give a tuna lots of slack line, he's going to bite you off and cut you off. So yeah, like Jeff says, a parabolic rod is good for playing around with bonita, mackerel, stuff like that. Oh, Oz is going to be on the Spitfire. Cool. Thanks, guys. That'd be cool. Yeah, like I said, I have 8 spots left on the Gale Force trip for July 14th, and here's a link for it. If you guys would like to join me on that, that would be awesome. What else? Rick is asking, what do you wear besides pliers? On the TV trips, that's all I wear is a pair of Dykes pair of pliers. On my charter boat, I pretty much don't wear them just because I have them mounted all around the bait tank. We have 3 sets of them, needle nose and Dykes around the bait tank. So everything's an arm's length away. I do have 2 knives that are in knife holders next to the bait tank in case there's an emergency and I got to cut in line really quick. I have the knife there, but we also use those knives for cutting squid and cutting bait. So we do that. So Eric's thanking who? Fred? Yeah, he's thanking Fred for his help. That's good. Yeah, and if you guys are talking, I guess Fred's talking to Eric about bottom fishing, using 2 bucktails and a double dropper looper rig for rockfish or sculpin works out really good for that. But I use these for sand bass, calico bass, yellowtail, halibut, all that too. But for sculpin fishing and all that, they're really deadly. They work really, really good. Okay. So question here is how much is your 3/4 day trip? The trip on the Californian is $90. This trip here that I'm posting on the Gale Force is $150, I think, maybe 155, something like that. And that's leaves at 6 a.m. back at 5 p.m. and that goes to Catalina. The trip on the Californian, I don't know if we're going to go to Channel Islands or if we're going to fish along the coast, but that's a 3/4 day trip too. And then you can use that link there to see that trip on the Gale Force. And while you're in there, you can see all the other trips that I offer. And then I also do private charters. So if you ever want to do a private charter with me, it is quite a bit more expensive than going on a TV filming trip. But on the private charters, it's just 4 people on the boat. And here's a link for that. We have some open party private charters coming up that I'll start promoting for you guys and letting you know. There's some dates already on the website for that, but we have those available too. And if there's a certain day that you really want to do a private charter on, just give me a call and we'll do that for you. All right, guys, this is going to be last call for tickets. Last call for tickets for the raffle because it's already after 8 and I still got to get ready for tomorrow. What was the question? Can we smoke a cigar in charters? Yeah, I guess. I mean, they'll let you smoke cigars and cigarettes out on the sport boats. The only problem with that is if we're filming a TV show, we can't film with you smoking cigarette or cigars or vaping. We're just not allowed to broadcast that on TV. But yeah, I'm sure all the sport boats would let you smoke cigarettes or cigars. That wouldn't be a problem. The record sculpin is 6 pounds. That's a big sculpin. Okay, Alex, thank you very much. Yeah, and then just to let you guys know, I mean, nobody's asked today, but you can't bring any drugs on a sport boat, even if something like marijuana is legal in California on land is not legal on a boat. because that is federal rules, so that's not legal there. A couple of people text me telling me, I said, yeah, I know that. It's not legal. Alex, thank you. Are the Dodgers playing tonight? I know they lost yesterday. They lost 3 games in a row. Kurt Tank says, thank you for all the information. Tamara, I'm still trying to get a final answer from the skipper. I don't know. It's not looking good, but I haven't given up yet. I've been texting him every day trying to get an answer. So I'm hoping to get an answer real soon. But sometime next week, we're going to have to make the call on that trip for the 9th. So we'll have to find out. So hopefully we'll know by Tuesday. Oz, can you post the raffle for your... Sure. So the Youth Foundation raffle, again, guys, it's going to be this coming Tuesday. We're going to do it live right here. If you guys didn't get the email for that, please go to my website and sign up for the free updates newsletters. That way you get you'll get all the updates from me. So please do that. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. Subscribe right here to YouTube. But please go ahead and get subscribe to my website for the updates so you get all our email blasts. Yeah, Adrian, you have a ticket. We got you a ticket. Yeah, no vape pens, any of that stuff. James, 17 years clean. Congratulations. Tamara, are we getting tackle for the kids? Yeah, I mean, we're still replacing the ice chest, the cart, our tackle box. The other thing that they stole from us was 20 combos that we give to the kids that show up for 5 meetings. They don't have to show 5 in a row, but they have to show up for 5 meetings. And when they show up for 5 meetings, we go ahead and give them a free rod and reel that they can keep. James is giving a ticket away for a kid. So how many kids do we have on here today? Those combos, I think, are around $20 that we hand out. $25. They're not super expensive, but we want something that a kid can keep and use for a while. So Drama Plays, you're a kid? All right, so Drama Plays, James is buying you a ticket. So you can thank James for the free ticket. Drama Plays. Okay, and then that ticket was bought by Jeff. Matthew got a ticket. Matthew Bowman. Hey, Jeff, thank you for the little gift. I really appreciate it. That was nice. Thank you. Okay, what else have we got here? Joshua, no, 30 years is considered a kid to me, but not for the process that we're doing here, giving away a ticket. But you're still young. All right, guys, here we go. Not a whole lot of tickets today. I think we have like 10 or 12 tickets today. But they're all in here. Again, guys, I want to so Drama Plays, the raffle we're doing right now isn't for a fishing trip. It's for a $25 gift card for my website. That's what we're doing right now. Okay. So one of you guys asking, how do you get on a boat with me? Here is a link to a trip. Well, this is a raffle for the kids thing. And here is a link to the Gale Force trip that I have going out on the 14th of July. And there you go. And then when you guys go to my website, if you look on the side there where it says book online, you can see all the trips we have for the year. All right, let's pick a winner. April. All right, here we go. And tonight's winner is this person. Who is it? Jamie Argent. Past winner. Congratulations, Jamie. So this winner sounds familiar. It's because him and Henry get multiple tickets every week. So congratulations. Just call the office on Thursday or Tuesday and you can use your gift card. Alrighty. So next Tuesday, guys, is going to be the big thing. We're going to pick the winner right here. I'm going to put the wheel here and we'll pick the winner for the trip for the private charter with me to Catalina Island. And I don't want anybody to say it was rigged or anything. So we're going to do it all live right here. So everybody can watch it all live, happen live. So that'd be cool. And here is a link one last time for that. Yeah, so before I see you guys on Tuesday, I will be on the water 3 times. I have a private charter tomorrow, half-day trip. I have another trip on Saturday going to Catalina Island. And then on Monday, I will be going back to Catalina Island. So 2 island trips and 1 local trip. So we'll see how it goes. Was it Devotions wants to know, how do you get a ticket? If you're asking for a raffle ticket to win the trip on my boat, I will put that up here right now, the raffle ticket. Let me get that raffle giveaway. That's going to be next Tuesday, and it's $25 a ticket. And then if you're asking about these tickets that we're doing nightly or every Tuesday and Thursday for this, right below where you make your comment or wherever, it says super chat or it has a $ symbol. You click that, that's a super chat. So any super chat over $3 gives you a ticket, and you can do that. Alrighty. Well, thanks, guys. Have a good night. I'll be up early on the boat. Talk to y'all later. Thanks again for your support, everybody. Really appreciate it. Thanks, Tamara. I want to see more of your fishing photos. I saw the walleye ones, but I didn't see any of the trout ones. So, all right. See you guys. Good night, everybody.